Hello students, this is my second lecture on real analysis. In this lecture, I will discuss D'Alembert's ratio test. So D'Alembert's ratio test, the statement is, let summation un be an infinite series of positive terms such that limit n tending to infinity un plus 1 by un is equal to L. Then the series summation un is first convergent if L is less than 1, second divergent if L is greater than 1, and test fails if L is equal to 1. This is very important test for your syllabus. So learn this statement carefully. Now come to the proof. Let us discuss it with case wise. So take case 1 as let L is less than 1. Then we can choose a positive number epsilon such that L plus epsilon is also less than 1. So epsilon is a very small positive quantity. So if L is less than 1, L plus epsilon should be less than 1. Let this L plus epsilon is equal to a number k, then k is also less than 1. Now in statement of D'Alembert's ratio test, we have un plus 1 by un is tending to L as n tending to infinity. Un plus 1, limit n tending to infinity, un plus 1 by un is equal to L. This also can be written as un plus 1 by un tends to L as n tends to infinity. And therefore, by definition of limit, there exists a positive number m such that L minus epsilon is less than un plus 1 by un is less than L plus epsilon for all n greater equal to m. Now since un is greater than 0, un is a series of positive terms, so un is greater than 0. Multiplying the above inequality throughout by un, we obtain L minus epsilon un is less than un plus 1 is less than L plus epsilon into un. Take it as equation 1. Now taking the second inequality of the above equation, we can write un plus 1 is less than L plus epsilon into un, and since L plus epsilon is k, this can be written as un plus 1 is less than k times un for all n greater equal to m. Now since here n is greater equal to m, we can put the values of n is equal to m, m plus 1, m plus 2 and so on. So if we put n is equal to m, we will get um plus 1 is less than kum. If n is equal to m plus 1, we will get um plus 2 is less than kum plus 1. And since um plus 1 is less than kum, this further can be written as less than k square um. Similarly, um plus 3 is less than kum plus 2, which further, using the above inequality, um plus 2 is less than k square um. So finally we will get um plus 3 is less than k cube um. Similarly, proceeding in this way, um plus r can be written as it is less than k to the power r um and so on. Adding column wise, we will get um plus 1 plus um plus 2 plus um plus 3 plus dot 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 is less than kum 1 plus k square plus so on. Take this as equation 2. Clearly 1 plus k square plus so on is a geometric series, and since k is equal to 1, the common ratio of this series is k, which is less than 1. Therefore, this is a convergent series. And so the right hand side becomes k um 1 plus k square is a convergent series, and hence by comparison test um plus 1, um plus 2, um plus 3 dot 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 is also convergent, and hence summation un is convergent. Now case 2, here we will take L is greater than 1. Here also we can choose a positive number epsilon such that L minus epsilon is also greater than 1. Take this L minus epsilon as lambda, then lambda is greater than 1. 1 minute. Here lambda should be greater than 1, not equal to 1. So since un plus 1 by un tends to L as n tending to infinity, as in the case 1, we will proceed like this. Therefore, by definition of limit, there exists a positive number m such that L minus epsilon is less than un plus 1 by un is less than L plus epsilon for all n greater or equal to m. Now again, since un is greater than 0, multiplying the above inequalities throughout by un, we obtain un L minus epsilon is less than un plus 1 is less than L plus epsilon into un. Take this as equation 3. Taking the first inequality here, un L minus epsilon is less than un plus 1, and L minus epsilon is taken as lambda. So left hand side becomes lambda un is less than un plus 1, or we can write un plus 1 is greater than lambda un for all n greater or equal to m. As in case 1, we will put n is equal to m, m plus 1 and so on. So we get um plus 1 is greater than lambda um plus 2 is greater than lambda um plus 1, and since um plus 1 is greater than lambda so we finally write um plus 2 is greater than lambda square um. Similarly, um plus 3 is greater than lambda um plus 2 is greater than lambda cube and so on. Um plus r is greater than lambda to the power r and so on. So again, adding column wise, we will get um plus 2 plus um plus 1 plus um plus 2 plus um plus 3 dot 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 is greater than lambda 1 plus lambda square plus so on. Take it as equation 4. So here 1 plus lambda square is a geometric series with common ratio lambda, and here lambda is greater than 1. So this geometric series is divergent. Hence, by comparison test, first comparison test, um plus 1, um plus 2 plus um plus 3 and so on is also divergent. Hence, summation un is divergent. Case 3, if L is equal to 1. In this case, the above test fails, as in some series we will get the case as divergent, and in some series we will get as the series as convergent. So the series may be convergent or divergent depending upon the nature of the series. So in this case, we say that the L-inverse ratio test fails. So one thing is important in this. After DL-inverse test, we have to study some more tests, and in that test we use the ratio un by un plus 1. So to keep the uniformity with other ratio test, D-Alembert test is also remembered as a series summation un of positive terms such that limit n tending to infinity un by un plus 1. In the previous statement, we have shown that we take the limit as un plus 1 by un, and here we take un by un plus 1 is equal to L. Then this series is convergent if L is greater than 1, divergent if L is less than 1, and test fails if L is equal to 1. So keep it in mind, you have taken the limit as un plus 1 by un or un by un plus 1. Now let us discuss how we use D'Alembert ratio test. So there is an example. Test the convergence of the series 2x plus 3x square by 8 plus 4x cube by 27 plus so on. The next term is n plus 1 x to the power n by n cube plus so on up to infinity. Here x is greater than 0. So just write the nth term un, which is n plus 1 by n cube into x to the power n. This problem can be solved by the just using the comparison test, but here we use it by using D'Alembert ratio test. So we didn't find the limit as n tending to infinity un or what is vn or something. We just find the value un plus 1, which is used in D'Alembert ratio test. So if un is n plus 1 by n cube x to the power n, un plus 1 will be n plus 2 by n plus 1 x to the power n plus 1. This is obtained by putting n is equal to n plus 1 in un. Now we will find the limit as un plus 1 by un, limit n tending to infinity. So limit n tending to infinity, un plus 1 by un is equal to limit n tending to infinity, n plus 2 by n plus 1 whole cube x to the power n plus 1 into n cube by n plus 1 x to the power n. Simplifying this, we will get limit n tending to infinity, n plus 2 by n plus 1 power 4 into n cube into x. Taking the highest power of n common from numerator and denominator, we will get n to the power 4, 1 plus 2 by n divided by n to the power 4, 1 plus 1 by n into x. When we put limit n tending to infinity, we will just left with x. So by D'Alembert ratio test, summation un is convergent if x is less than 1 and is divergent if x is greater than 1. Test fails if x is equal to 1. So we will discuss this case when x is equal to 1. What is the nature of this series? So if x is equal to 1, the given series becomes, in the question you have to put x is equal to 1. So you will get 2 plus 3 by 8 plus 4 by 27 and so on, plus n plus 1 by n cube plus so on up to infinity. So here un is n plus 1 by n cube. This further can be written as taking n common from the numerator, n into 1 plus 1 by n divided by n cube, or 1 by n square, 1 plus 1 by n. So here we will use comparison test, and that the ratio 1 by n square is taken as summation vn. So let summation vn is equal to summation 1 by n square, and this series is convergent by p series, as here p is equal to 2, which is greater than 1. Now we will find limit n tending to infinity un by vn, which is equal to limit n tending to infinity 1 by n square, 1 plus 1 by n into n square. After simplification, we will get the value as 1, which is not equal to 0. Hence, by comparison test, summation un and summation un are either both convergent or both divergent. But we have shown earlier that summation vn is convergent, hence summation un is also convergent. So finally we will get summation un is convergent if x is less than equal to 1 and is divergent if x is greater than 1. So as I told, this is very important test for the syllabus. You have to practice as many examples as you can. So make the exercise based on D'Alembert's principle and solve the questions. And if you have any problem, you can ask me any question.